we began giving you more understanding of how it's about you setting your receiver to the frequency of the transmitting vortex. You've got to have your frequencies line up, which means you have to be expectant of what's in there, or you cannot experience it. And so then we began talking more and more about you being the reason that these vibrational thoughts are turning more and more to accessible, seeable, hearable, smellable, tastable, touchable things. So as you begin to get the sense of how this process of becoming happens, then you are not only the receiver of more of the things that you want, but you get often into this sweet spot of consciousness where you're feeling good and ideas are flowing and you're having rendezvous and good timing and fun, and you feel sure-footed and you feel like you've got the world by the tail, because you do, and your life keeps turning out better and better and better and better for you, because you're no longer blocking all of the things that are making their way into your experience. So we talk about the joy in the journey, but we don't just mean putting up with the endless journey on your way to a slow manifesting desire. We mean really enjoying how you keep asking and you keep allowing, and with each thing you allow, then there's a new asking, so that your desires continue to evolve, because you never get it done and you can't get it wrong. And it just feels so good when you feel that clarity. And there's nothing that makes you feel more blessed or more worthy than to have had an idea and then to have tended to the idea until it is manifested. There's nothing that makes you feel more worthy or more blessed or more satisfied than to have looked into the world, made your choices about what you prefer, and then see that with the power of your own ability to focus both your mind and your emotions, that you can be in the place where life just gets better for you. And then and only then do you begin living the way you intended to live when you came into this physical body to begin with. That's who you are. That's what you expected. That's what you planned. And until you're living that way, you're not ever going to be satisfied. It must be that way for you. Life helps you to know that you want something. At first, you're not a good vibrational match to it, because it was the absence of it that made you even aware that you wanted it. But you minded your mind. You paid attention to the way you felt. You deliberately controlled your thinking a little bit. You cared about the way you feel. You felt better and better. You spent more time in meditation. You looked for more positive aspects. You thought more about the things that made you feel good, and you thought less about the things that didn't make you feel good. You found your footing. You started feeling good, and then thoughts began occurring to you, and those thoughts began manifesting, and your timing got better and better, and you knew you were doing it. You knew that with just a little bit of effort, far less than it takes to learn QuickBooks on your computer, you've got this going on, and your life is reflecting the improvement in your vibration. And now you are the deliberate creator of your own experience. So then this wonderful thing happens, because you become one of those who is creating deliberately and not so fixated on the outcome, just enjoying the process of the never-ending becoming. Because what you notice is, as soon as you get something that you've been wanting, you begin to want something else. So there's always going to be that somewhat of a gap between your giving birth to it and it gestating and you receiving it and it coming into full manifestation. You're not ever going to be standing in a position where you've got a whole pile of everything you want all around you. You're not ever going to get there. It is not the nature of eternal beings. There's always going to be something new that you've asked for that you're on the way to. There's always going to be something more that you've asked for that you're on the way to. There's always going to be something more that you've asked for that you're on the way to. And it's the on the way to that's life. It's on the way to it. It's on the way to it that is that sweet spot. It's on the way to it. It's on the way to it. It's the unfolding of it. That's why everyone who has ever existed, that's why all of us are all focused forward with all of you right here and now. This is the leading edge. This is where manifestation is occurring. This is the happening ground of creation. This is where it is. And we're all focused there with you. And when you stop leaving it to someone else and you stop pouting about what's not happening to you, and you take your own bull by the horns and you acknowledge that you are the creator of your own experience, and you let the energy that creates worlds flow through you, now you're tuned in, tapped in, turned on. Now you're living life the way you've intended. Now life is the way you meant for it to be. Now You got it going on now. That's the way you mean to be. In the state of eternal becoming, conscious becoming. I saw it. I wanted it. I wasn't aligned with it. I felt better. I focused my mind. I felt ease about it. I allowed it. It happened. It happened. It happened. It happened. It happened. Things are always working out for me. This is the way you mean to feel. This is the way the larger part of you does feel.